Every time I look at a terrarium, the only thing I can think of is what happens if the plant outgrows the container. And it's kind of happening to me. My worst fear came true. I put this aluminum plant in this terrarium only 2 months ago. I thought it was a good idea back then because it was small. It was not doing well outside. I couldn't figure out what to do with it for the life of me. I was overwatering it, underwatering it, putting it in too big of a pot. I repotted it 3 times in like 2 weeks or something. And it lived through all of that torture, and you can see that it started growing pretty well once it got into this terrarium. But to be honest, this shape doesn't fit the plant at all. The plant wants to grow up and grow out, but the terrarium cinches up and it's a cute container at all. It just doesn't fit the plant. Today I received this pink princess node and I'm gonna do a little experiment with it. So I'm going to take this plant out of this hideous container. On the other hand, I have a spider plant that has been doing nothing for like the past month. I got it pretty small to begin with, but I feel like spider plants grow faster than this. There are some roots in the back coming out, but I've just been procrastinating repotting it because the spider plants that I see in nurseries when they're pretty root bound, they don't look like mine. Mine doesn't look like it's root bound other than the roots coming out at the bottom. But regardless, I am going to get this into a bigger pot, and then I'm going to put my aluminum plant in the spider plants container so I can free up this container. And I'm going to do a little experiment with this pink princess node with this little terrarium. I top dressed my soil to deter fungus gnats from flying into the soil of my houseplants. It worked a little bit, but now it's really a pain to remove. I think I was completely wrong about this plant. I mean, based on my understanding of the spider plants that I see at nurseries, I think this actually isn't that bad. Just, I actually am not a fan of spider plant roots because they really just kind of, I don't know, look gross. I hate caterpillars. They look like caterpillars. Also, if you have a cat, your cat will eat this relentlessly. I mean, relentlessly. I read it that there's a chemical in it that makes them high, just like catnip does. This is such a pain in the... I think overall, I don't recommend top dressing for fungus gnats at all. It's coming out like a cake. Doesn't it look like a cake? Oh, I feel like I'm gonna bend the stem. This is a nightmare. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm so stupid for watering it the day before. I have a layer of charcoal at the bottom. I'm gonna throw all of them into my soil mix. Otherwise, there's just too much charcoal in this potting medium. Oh, this is such a nightmare. This is what you're dealing with if you put your plants in terrariums. Is they're gonna grow out of them. Like, when they are growing out of them, what are you gonna do? Trim them, take cuttings, and keep them in there? Or do you take them out? And now it's like a cake. Okay, now this is gross, but I mean, this is for plants. This is what you sign up for when you bought this. Now, I hope you still have some more time because I thought I would update you with the sansevierias that I repotted a couple months back. I think it was around the end of April, and now it's the beginning of August. So it is safe to say that there are 3 solid months that have passed, and I just want to show you what they look like. Mainly, they've been sitting on either south window or west window, so all of them has been getting a lot of light. The biggest one I want to show you it is actually growing another baby on the side, and in there's more coming out, but overall I would like to say I think the size hasn't changed that much. However, if you look at the smaller plants back then, they're significantly bigger. I remember when I potted this, it was only up to here, and this was significantly smaller as well. Someone recently posted on Reddit about their sansevieria moonshine. One is in almost complete darkness with no natural light or windows, and the other one is in a very well-lit area. And it turned out that the darker the environment, the lighter the sansevieria colors. So if you look at the baby ones inside, it's basically that color instead of the green color that I have. I'm thinking that I want that color, so I'm going to put my sansevieria into a lot less light, and I want to experiment with it and see how it turns out. So stay tuned. I hope this aluminum plant does better. It kind of reminds me of a polka dot plant in the sense that it grows leggy regardless of where you put it. I've seen leggy aluminum plants in so many different places, and I'm really tempted to cut all of this back and let it regrow. However, I don't think I'm brave enough to do that yet, and let's see about these sides that were stunted by the container's wall. Let's see if the leaves will eventually be able to tell that they're no longer being enclosed, and if they will naturally stand up or not. Hopefully they will, but I won't be too mad if they can't. I mean, I put them in that environment, so I really can't blame them. I really can't blame anyone but myself. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.